right, listeners, ready to dive into a totally doable challenge? We're talking half marathons today.
Yes, we are. And we've got this awesome guide all about prepping for your first one.
It's perfect for anyone who's maybe a little intimidated by the idea of 13.1 miles.
Yeah, 13.1 can seem like a lot, but this guide breaks it down in a way that's super approachable.
I love that it focuses on more than just running. Like you're not just pounding the pavement day after day.
It's all about a well-rounded approach. Making sure you're building strength and stamina in a smart way.
So let's dive into the training plan, shall we?
Let's do it.
Month 1 is all about building a solid foundation. Now that sounds pretty basic, but what does that actually look like?
So think of it like you're building a house, right? You got to start with a strong base. And for running, that means starting slow and steady.
Okay, so we're not just jumping into like 10-mile runs right off the bat.
Definitely not. This guide actually suggests starting with a Couch to 5K program if you're brand new to running.
I love that because it makes it so much less intimidating.
Right.
Like you're easing your way in.
Exactly. You're letting your body gradually adapt to the demands of running.
And speaking of easing in, the guide recommends 4 runs per week in month 1.
Yep, 3 easy runs and 1 longer run.
Okay, what exactly do we mean by an easy run, though?
Think conversational pace. You should be able to chat with a friend while you're running without getting totally out of breath.
Got it. So it's not a walk in the park, but it's also not a sprint.
Exactly. It's about finding that sweet spot where you can comfortably build endurance without overdoing it.
Now, this is where things get interesting, because the guide also emphasizes cross-training.
Yes, this is so crucial. And honestly, it's something a lot of new runners overlook.
Why is it so important, though?
Well, think about it. Running uses a lot of the same muscles over and over again. So cross-training helps you work other muscle groups and prevent injuries.
So we're talking things like swimming, cycling, maybe even just brisk walking.
All of those are great options. They're lower impact than running, but they still help you build overall strength and flexibility.
I never thought about swimming helping with my running.
It actually makes a huge difference. You're working your core, which is super important for good running posture, and it helps with your lung capacity too.
Okay. I'm definitely adding some pool time to my routine now.
Ah,
On to month 2.
all right, now we're leveling up,
Things are getting a little more serious.
Yeah.
We're up to 5 runs a week now.
right? 2 easy runs, 2 long runs, and we're introducing hill training.
Ooh, hill training. That sounds intense.
It can be challenging, but trust me, it's worth it. Running uphill builds strength and stamina like nothing else.
I guess it kind of simulates those tough hills you might encounter during a race, right?
Exactly. You're preparing your body for those real race conditions. And psychologically, it's a huge confidence boost.
Totally. Like if you can conquer a hill in training, you can tackle anything on race day.
And let's not forget those long runs. Those are where you really start to feel like a runner.
It's got to be so satisfying to see your mileage slowly increasing week after week.
Absolutely. It's a great way to track your progress and feel that sense of accomplishment.
And of course, we're still keeping up with the cross training, right?
Oh, absolutely. Gotta keep those muscles balanced and prevent those overuse injuries.
Month 3 is all about race prep. We're in the home stretch now.
Time to refine and focus.
Okay, break it down for me. What's the training schedule looking like?
So we've still got 2 easy runs, but we're also adding speed intervals, a long run that peaks at 11 miles, and a tempo run.
Whoa, hold on. What are speed intervals and tempo run?
They're basically different ways to challenge your body and improve your running efficiency.
Okay, so explain it to me like I'm 5. What exactly are we doing during these runs?
Speed intervals are short bursts of fast running followed by a recovery period. So you're pushing your speed for a bit, then slowing down to catch your breath.
And tempo runs.
Tempo runs are a bit longer, and you're running at a comfortably hard pace. So it's faster than your easy run, but not an all-out sprint.
Got it. So it's like finding that gear where you can sustain a faster pace for a longer period of time.
Exactly. You're training your body to handle that sustained effort, which is exactly what you'll need during the race.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I'm already feeling tired just thinking about all this.
Remember, you've built up to this point. It's all about trusting the process and listening to your body.
Now let's talk race week. What should we be focusing on in those final days before the big event?
Race week is all about tapering and recovery.
Tapering. So like we're actually cutting back on our mileage.
Yep. You're giving your body a chance to rest and recover before race day. Think shorter, easier runs.
And I'm guessing sleep and nutrition are super important too.
Absolutely. You want to make sure you're well rested and properly fueled for race day. Sleep is when your muscles repair themselves. So don't skimp on those Z's.
Okay, got it. So rest, hydrate, fuel, repeat.
Mhm.
All right. Any other final tips from the guide before we wrap things up?
Just a couple things. First, invest in good shoes and gear that fit properly. This can make a huge difference in preventing injuries.
So true. I learned that the hard way.
And maybe even more importantly, listen to your body. If you're feeling pain, don't try to push through it.
So many runners are guilty of that. I know I am.
It's tempting to want to tough it out, but sometimes rest is the best thing you can do for yourself.
Agreed. And I think it's important to remember that this is supposed to be fun.
Absolutely. Enjoy the journey. Celebrate each milestone. And trust the process. You got this.
Okay, listeners. So there you have it. Your personalized plan to conquer that half marathon. Build your base, increase mileage, add intensity, prioritize recovery. You ready?
You are. Now, as you approach that finish line, what personal reward will you give yourself? Think about it. You deserve it.
That's a great question. Something to think about as you're putting in those miles. All right, listeners, thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll catch you next time.
See ya.